Welcome, everyone. I didn't know if we were going to make it, but we made it, man. The countdown is pretty much finalized, and we are at the pseudo eve of Sinister Halloween Con. I am Jimmy, your panel director, joined by one of the talented moderators, Charlie, and we will be hosting all this stuff going on inside that panel room this weekend. And it is a hell of a show. This video is dedicated to get you ready for Saturday the 19th in just a couple of days. So we're going to break down this schedule, and it is a doozy of a schedule, Charlie.
It is a great schedule, Jim. One of our best at Sinister Halloween Con.
I would say so. And it starts with that VIP early entry at 11:30, general admission at 12:30. And here's why you may want to consider a VIP, because you're getting in a full hour ahead of time, and really you, if you want, have the opportunity to join us for an exclusive VIP panel with horror host John Stanley. And if you're like, well, maybe I can't afford VIP tickets, you have an opportunity to win some, because we right now are doing a Sinister Jack-o'-lantern contest. You can see the rules in the post on the official Sinister Creature Con Facebook social media outlets. But essentially, it's the same as your standard social media contest. You like this post, like the Sinister page. For this contest in particular, share a picture of you and your favorite jack-o'-lantern. Halloween costumes encouraged, but not required. If that doesn't strike your fancy, guess what? We're doing another contest, a caption contest. Find the best Twilight caption meme, or make your own bonus points of some of the funnier Twilight memes that are out there. Both of these can be found on the social media for Sinister, and we're going to be giving away some tickets here in the next day or two. So get ready for that. There's a chance to win VIP, which, like I said, John Stanley kicks things off, and we are moving in from John, who's been there a few times now at Sinister.
Yeah.
To 1 o'clock, Robin Lively, and 1:50, Quinn Lord. Man, those two are some heavy hitters right out of the gate for, once the doors are fully open.
No kidding, Jim.
We've talked about it on this countdown series. Robin Lively, obviously, both family and work recognition, the people that she has worked with, very highly touted, very celebrated career. And then Quinn Lord, it's kind of cool to see both of those back to back, because he is of a different generation, but a different generation of horror fans. I was talking to some of the high school students I teach right now about Sinister Halloween Con, and the way their eyes lit up when I said, this is the guy who is in the Sam costume for Trick or Treat. So there will be a crowd that comes with Quinn without question.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that is a perfect guest for the Halloween Con. I mean, Sam has become such a Halloween icon.
Mm-hmm.
There is merchandise everywhere. There are memes everywhere. Talk about a character that has caught the imagination of horror fans, and it's definitely Sam. And getting a chance to meet the actor who originated the role, I mean, it doesn't get any better than that at Halloween.
Oh, and it may not get any better than what is coming in the middle of Saturday afternoon, especially for Charlie, man, at 2:40. Charlie's been waiting a year for this.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Combs.
Yes. Jeffrey was supposed to join us last year, had a family emergency that came up at the last minute. and had to cancel. I had done all the preparation already for him, had watched a number of his films, and was disappointed to hear that Jeffrey was not going to make it.
It's actually a year and a half you've been waiting for.
Yeah, I think it is a year and a half. Yeah, I think you're right. But I'm so happy to hear he's going to be back, and or not back, but going to be here. And I'm really looking forward to talking to him about some of his most memorable roles.
No question that he, I was about to say, because everybody associates him right off the get-go with Reanimator.
Yeah, that's his signature role for sure.
But the one that freaks me out every time I see is Frighteners, man.
Yeah.
Like, he's scary in that movie.
That is a classic comic horror performance.
Like, that guy and Judge Doom from Roger Rabbit would be a scary tag team in professional wrestling.
No kidding.
We move on after Jeffrey Combs, man, and we go into one that you could put it into the column of I never really thought this was going to happen, but oh my God, am I excited that it is happening. At 3:30, we have Kimberly J. Brown and Daniel Coots from Halloweentown. Well, really, Kimberly's pretty much the entire franchise, and then Daniel, of course, plays Cal in Halloweentown 2. This is one of the most beloved Halloween, like, watch every year traditional movies of my generation.
Yeah.
So this one is special to me because Disney Channel, and for all I know, they're still doing it. For as big as a Disney mark as I am, I should know. But I haven't seen the Disney Channel made for TV movie sensation from Disney like what it was when Halloweentown came out.
Oh yeah.
Because they had like the High School Musical, they had a couple other ones. Like I know there's one that was after High School Musical, like Camp Rock or something. This is all coming from teaching progressively junior high to high school. So like these kids are talking about these movies. I know they've done other ones, but man, when I was a kid specifically, like the 90s, Disney Channel TV movies were, it seemed like every week we were getting one.
Yeah, that was like the ultimate, huh?
Right. And so this Halloweentown came out like right on the verge of like digital cable.
Yes.
It seemed like right when you were starting to get like the new flat screen TVs, right when HD was starting to become a thing. So it was almost like we were going through this transition of, will this format still be loved? Or is Disney going to have to do, bigger theatrical release? What's going to happen now that TV is evolving? And by God, man, like they didn't miss a beat with Halloweentown.
No, not at all. They did a smart thing by getting Debbie Reynolds to star in it because she kind of bridged the generations. So she was there for a lot of older people that were attracted to her as a star. And then they have this whole new generation of stars that they're promoting. So it was smart marketing and casting decision by Disney to bring it about this way.
Absolutely, and they absolutely will have some stories, I'm sure, to talk about working with Debbie. Which, if you don't know, aside from being a legend herself,
right,
her family, very near and dear to my fandom heart. Of course, her daughter is the late great Carrie Fisher. So, the fact that they both passed too, like within a month of each other or something like really close, that was rough.
That was tragic. Yeah.
The Halloweentown, Kimberly, she stayed almost until the very end. And, really, I think what should have been the end versus them like bringing in another actress. But you had mentioned, Charlie, on one of our podcasts, you're excited to talk to her too about her work in a horror property in Stephen King's Rose Red, which I have specific, very vivid childhood memories watching that on television as well.
Stephen King original teleplay.
Yeah,
I think it was 2 parts.
it was. It's definitely a miniseries.
Yeah, they had originally approached Stephen King to write a screenplay, I believe, about the Winchester Mystery House, and that kind of fell through. So he decided to go ahead and create his own version of the Winchester Mystery House, and that's kind of the genesis for Rose Red. But
And that's a great story.
yeah, Kimberly is one of the. It's got a large cast, but she's like the primary focus of the cast. Her role is kind of a autistic person who has kind of like a mild-mannered Carrie,
Mm-hmm.
has the power of psychokinesis, and but she's autistic. She doesn't communicate well.
I mean, if you read his work and you read Doctor Sleep,
Mhm.
the way he describes some of the people who possess the Shining in Doctor Sleep, you'd almost say perhaps she has the Shining.
Yes, that would be a good comparison. Yes, absolutely.
And she, Kimberly and Daniel, both very talented, very. I've been told I'm excited to do their panel because I've been told they're even more fun when you get them both together. They just got married very recently, so they're, very much in their honeymoon period.
Real life love story.
So there you go. I'm excited to talk to them, and we move on from that. The panel team kind of gets a reprieve, kinda. But the panel room definitely does not, as things will pick up once again as we go into the cosplay competition at 4:30. The cosplay team always doing a great job. You will see signups taking place all morning and early afternoon, and then you will see people guiding you exactly to where you need to be to get ready for that 4:30 cosplay competition. And then Saturday is always the longer day. Like if you have to pick one or the other, it is a tough choice for sure. But if you want to feel like you're getting your money's worth, we're here with you all the way until 7 o'clock on Saturday, and we keep going at 5:30 with another one Charlie's been waiting a long time for, and that is a one-on-one with the great Sandy Johnson, who horror fans, especially Sinister Creature Con fan Ethan, who is always very vocal about his fandom. This Sandy Johnson panel, this is for you, bro. I'd like to see you in the panel room.
And it's a later afternoon panel, so I'm hoping that everybody doesn't say, "Hey, it's 5 o'clock, everything's over," and decide to leave early and not catch Sandy's panel, because we're talking about the actress that originated the role of Judith Myers, and she is the first. Well, to me, I'm almost speechless about it, because she's the first on-screen kill of Michael Myers, and it has an incredible place in horror history. It kicks off the whole movie. It's the impetus for Michael's withdrawal, and then his eventual attack on his hometown of Haddonfield. And it's just going to be fun to talk to her, and find out just what happened during that remarkable Halloween shoot. She played a vital part in it.
One of the prized possessions that I talk a lot about is this Blockbuster edition VHS. Not too long ago, the great Nick Castle signed at a Sinister Creature Con.
Yeah.
I am anticipating adding Sandy's name to this.
Yeah. All
Uh,
right, Jim.
is that yes for everything that you mentioned? Myers is first on uh, screen kill, and her being Judith and how much Judith means to the lore of Michael Myers.
Yeah.
It goes a long way.
And
So
that one of the most famous tracking shots in horror.
without question,
Being shot. I
without
mean, it's going to be fascinating just talking to her and saying, okay, what was the setup like for that? And what was going on when that camera was moving?
well, I mean, it's really the king Halloween, really the king of the long pans, man. Because you look at like what is everything else. When you think of iconic horror things and those, you know, before Halloween, the first thing that instantly pops to my mind is Psycho.
Yeah,
That's famous. The shower scene for
those two scenes are very similar.
well, they are as far as remembrance and the infamy of the scene. They're drastically different from the setup because
Oh yeah.
shower scene you got like whatever it was in Marley.
Some of the cuts in Psycho, they're constantly
a second cut. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
literally, a second of film, and you're at a different camera angle. Where Carpenter, in that in particular, that was a guy. I'm willing to bet you with a rig, and the director of photography, some kind of rig, so he can go up and down those stairs, and they have the mask over the lens,
Right.
and he's walking through that house.
Yeah.
And somebody, whether it I hope you do ask this now, otherwise I will. I imagine it's may have been Castle or Carpenter, who knows, but over the director of photography's shoulder doing the knife.
The person that was stabbing was actually Deborah Hill.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, it was actually Deborah Hill because she was small and she could pull it off that it looked like a child's hand.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. So there you go. But I mean, coming from the indie horror world and how we've done things, of camera position and people, laying right next to the camera with a water bottle full of blood, waiting to spray up to do stuff
Yeah.
People forget about that. Halloween was such an independent movie.
Yes.
That was a true independent movie. So
and it was going to be very much just a formula movie called The Babysitter Murders, and John Carpenter took it and he just turned it into a classic. That's what a great director can do to a story.
And the night concludes, speaking of great stories, with a great author panel. Miss Misery, Josh Milliken. Never have interviewed this guy before. Nicholas Grabowski.
The name is familiar.
And then, of course, Fred Weehee will be in attendance to talk. Last in June, we did something that was really cool, which Charlie, you were part of, was kind of a extended panel, and you guys each did readings and everything. This one, not having necessarily the time to do that, I do intend to, have a pretty cool conversation about story structure and these guys, their method of how they like to develop their stories and all kinds of fun stuff in that final panel on Saturday, man. But all in all, I am very excited for this Saturday and everything that is coming in with this Saturday, man. Sinister Halloween Con this Saturday could very well, like you said, go down as one of the most fun and infamous Sinister Halloween Cons we've ever done, Charlie.
And it's the time of year, Jim. Don't let the opportunity to go to a Halloween Con, and Sinister Creature Con is probably one of the best you could ever go to. Don't let that opportunity pass you by, because October goes by so quickly and Halloween comes so quickly. Do as many things as you can to celebrate the month and to celebrate Halloween. And one of those is going to Sinister Creature Con. You'll have unforgettable experiences and interactions with all kinds of people that are involved in horror films and horror literature and artwork and makeup. It's just a fantastic experience. You have to do it.
Absolutely. And then you can go to a haunted house.
That's right. Yeah, there are plenty of those to choose from too.
Go to a con and go to one of Sacramento's great haunted houses, man. If you find us on this Sinister Saturday, I will be more than happy to tell you where we are going that night. So,
yeah.
Go to sinistercreaturecon.com to get your tickets. Buy the single day ticket. You can also buy the weekend pass. It's a little bit cheaper actually if you do get a weekend pass, so you might as well. And even if you weren't planning on hopping in on Sunday, when you watch tomorrow's video upon the posting of this, trust me, you'll want to come on Sunday. So just get the weekend pass. And if you're feeling lucky, again, go to Sinister Creature Con social media, enter one of those giveaway contests. Try your luck there as well. But if you just want to make sure, 100% sure, you want your ticket in your hand, sinistercreaturecon.com. Get your Sinister Halloween Con tickets. We will see you there. Stay spooky, everybody.